Good morning, everybody. We're back. We are back. Thank you for waiting whilst I was banned from YouTube for the third time. I tell you what, these people seriously do not like conversations that challenge the narrative, do they? They just don't like people even thinking about anything that's ever so slightly different from what the given narrative is. You can't even have a theoretical conversation these days and offer up a different perspective, even if it's theoretical. You know, even if you're saying words like allegedly and stuff like this, you can't get away with it. They don't want you to have that type of conversation anymore. They don't want people to share ideas. It's funny because while I've been on in YouTube lockdown, I've been making a few videos, and the same things that I've said I've heard on other videos as well with regards to the censorship and stuff. And I tell you what, it's starting to get a bit silly now. It really is. When you can't have a forum of individuals that just share ideas because, you know, they feel as though that's what's required of a situation, because there just seems to be something fishy going on. It goes to show that the people that are doing the censoring are quite obviously, you know, motive driven at this point. They're doing it for a reason, aren't they? The only reason you want people to shut up is because you're afraid of what they're going to say. In a nutshell, you know, or you're afraid of what it is they're actually saying. You know, in a nutshell, that's what it is, isn't it? So, you know, swiftly moving on. How is everybody today? I'm feeling very well today. I hope everyone is feeling extremely good. The sun is out for one of the few times this year that we've seen it properly. And, yeah, I mean, it's very deceptive, though. It looks like a summer's day, but it is absolutely freezing. The degree temperature thing on the dashboard here says 3.5 degrees. So it is pretty chilly. That's Celsius as well, not Fahrenheit. If that was Fahrenheit, fucking hell, it'd be about fucking minus something, wouldn't it? But yeah, that's 3 degrees Celsius. It's pretty cold. I mean, it's not, you know, freezing cold, but it's pretty chilly. It's pretty chilly out there. I'm wearing shorts because the sun's out, so you know, I'm probably feeling it more than most. So I think at this point, I mean, it's the 26th of February 2022, and anybody knows what date it is knows what's kicking off in the world right now. You got all that Russia stuff with Ukraine. And this morning I saw an article that somebody shared on the internet about these Hollywood actors and actresses. Should we just say actors collectively? I think in this day and age, you can fucking say anything. You can say anything, can't you? Anyway, because I don't want to be offended, you know. But all of these actors now are getting on fucking. It was like I think it was a lot of actors from the Avengers movies. Will Ferrell was there. And they're all singing Imagine by John Lennon. I mean, fucking hell. Because of the Ukraine stuff. To me, I don't know, man. This seems a little trite. Do you not think it's a bit cringy at this point? Like, what is that going to do? What does it do in the grand scheme of things? It doesn't really do anything, does it? They just, it's at this point, I think it's obvious that what we have here is the planet Earth is a global enterprise, isn't it? The planet Earth it's a business, isn't it? It's earth.com. It's fucking, Earth.org. You know what I mean? That's basically what it is right now. And I think little things like this go to show you that. Because what it is, right, we, the public, the unassuming public, I say unassuming, not all of us are, but the unassuming public are the punters, we're the customers to Earth Industries. And every business offers a product. And what is the product? Well, the product is, you can take your best guess, it's appeasement, isn't it? I think, for want of a better word, it's comfort, appeasement, all of these things that basically keep you fucking subdued. Because people like that, don't they? It seems that people like that. If the last 2 years has proven anything other than the fact that the whole system is a fucking scam, that it also proves that people actually like their comfort and, all of that stuff. So, when you see these fucking film stars singing songs like Imagine by John Lennon, well, they've all been told to do it. They're the employees of Earth Inc., aren't they? They are. They're the employees of. Look at it. The whole system is built to keep you entrained. It's like a farm. And these people are the fucking sheepdogs, aren't they? These people are the border collies that run around and rally the sheep. Unfortunately, these people see us as sheep. We are there to be tamed. We are there to be, rounded up and herded as they please, as they desire. Now, ultimately, what you've got is they round us up and they herd us in using our perceptions. And our perceptions are what keep us in the pen, okay? It's as simple as that. You've got all of the employees. You got to look at it, right? You've got the media, you've got fucking film stars, music. If you think about what it is they do, what they do is they fucking train you to think a certain way. The lyrics in the music, the stuff that happens in the films, the news on the fucking, on these media outlets, it's all there to fucking bury your fucking head in the sand and only think and see what it is they tell you to think and see. They want you to perceive reality the way they tell you to. And it's never been more obvious. And like I've said, this little show of these film stars all coming together and singing Imagine by John Lennon, their employer, Earth Inc., I wonder if Earth's got a VAT code. And who are they paying that to? That's what I want to know. But anyway, the Galactic Federation, fucking hell, I don't know. But anyway, probably the Nazis that moved to Mars. I don't know. But Earth Inc. has said, look, we want you and you to go out there and sing this song publicly to keep the people in line, to make them think that there is virtue. Because remember, virtue is one of the key points. It's what has kept you from standing up against this tyranny, this fascistic virtuism. I'm gonna have to pull that one out again. This falsely given sense of virtuousness has kept you from standing up against them, and that's what they're doing here. They're just kind of throwing a little bit more fuel on the virtuous fire there to keep you in this heart-centered fucking mentality with regards to what it is they want you to be heart-centered about. Now, I'm not saying that shit's not kicking off in Ukraine. At the end of the day, how do I know? I'm not in the Ukraine. But I do know that in the book 1984 by George Orwell, that seems to be a fucking guidebook at the minute, they were able to tell the public that they were always at war with this one country, this one section of the planet, even though the day before they were at war with a different section, and the people believed it. They basically rewrote their history books in that moment, published it, and people believed it. It's a bit like when they were telling people that 2 + 2 = 5. People believed it. People went around and said that 2 + 2 is 5 because they were told to. Now, that's kind of where we are. You know, how the fuck can anybody know what's going on in the Ukraine? We're not there. We've seen these videos, yes, but as we know, videos can be recorded, videos can be released, at any time. I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm just saying that the world's a stage, and you've got to fucking be prepared to accept that not all is as it seems. And when you look at Earth Inc. and the tools that they use in order to entrain your mind, if these particular things are being publicized on these, through these, formats, one or two of them is enough, or at least, one should be enough. But if all of this propaganda is being pumped out through every single aspect of their arsenal, you've got to start having a few alarm bells ring very loudly, continuously, on and on and on, like Ariston, in your mind. Because surely, if you can see that the world's a stage and all of these fucking things are going on, you've got to remain critical and skeptical about some of these things. Now, like I've said, I'm not saying it's not happening. I simply am only saying that I don't know it's happening or not because I'm not fucking there. But the one thing I do know is that every single aspect of where this information is being pumped out through has been proven to be liars, and not only that, employees of Earth Inc. That's all I'm saying. It's enough for me to question it and remain neutral. That's enough for me. I don't want to, and let's just say, for instance, for argument's sake, it's happening. Let's just say that. You've still got to remain skeptical over what it is they're telling you and the reasons as to why it's happening. And the way that the media is spinning things. That's why they call it media spin. Because they can put whatever spin they want on it. And make and why do they, what is spin? It's fucking an angle that they are projecting something as to get you to think a certain way. That's what media spin is. Don't forget these phrases come from somewhere. So they can spin it however they want. And they can get you to think however they want about it. Which means, the reasons, let's just say for argument's sake again, that this is actually going on in the Ukraine. Again, we can't say for sure because we're not there, but let's just say it is. The reasons as to why Putin has decided to do this could be completely different to what it is that's being publicised. You've got to accept that. At the very least, you've got to accept that. You know, because the whole world's a fucking stage, man. You know, the world's a stage, bro, and I think that the sooner we realise that, the sooner we come to terms with that, the better. Everything is controlled in order to control you through your perception. And that is as simple as it gets. And like I've said, when you see these fucking idiot film stars coming forward, you can really see who are the employees of the month when it comes to, you know, Earth Incorporated. Because, you know, they roll these people out all the time, don't they? I'm pretty sure these same people were doing songs for COVID. You watch, fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger will be out next, saying that he's going to go on the fucking front line like Commando. I mean, I know Klitschko's apparently done it. If the world's a stage, I'm afraid that maybe he's on the payroll big time. Who knows? Yeah, maybe he is on the front line with Prince Harry. Fucking hell. Front line. But anyway. Do you mean the front line at the back? The front rear line. But anyway, I mean, who knows? Maybe he is. I don't know. I can't cast aspersions. I can only have a laugh. Because it's been a week. Or how long? I don't know if it's been 10 days. I can't remember how long it's been. I feel as though it's been ages since I made a video for YouTube. Fucking hell. This has been a bit haphazard. I apologise. I'm out of practice. I mean, but then again, all of my videos are a little bit fucking neither here nor there. But I hope that I hope it's been good for you. It's certainly been good for me. But you know, let's not lose sight. Earth Incorporated is a thing, and you've got to accept. Fucking hell, at this point, man. Surely the last 2 years. I mean, at this point, fucking hell. I say that every time, but that's just because more and more things happen that fucking prove it. That basically add more shit to the pile of proof that Earth is a fucking controlled organisation. You know, it's a business. It's run by businessmen, therefore it's a fucking business. And you've got to see that, man. And if you can see it like that, then everything else becomes clear and relevant. All of these people, they're employees of Earth Inc. And if they're employees of Earth Inc. and Earth Inc. has their agenda directed towards total and utter enslavement and entrainment of your perception, therefore, well, then you have to then say that these people, these employees, are quite simply, you know, they're on the payroll, therefore their agenda is also, by association, not a good one. So I would say at this point, anybody that is pushing the narrative of Earth Incorporated, you have to remain wary of them. You have to. I would say look at these actors and look at the films that they've starred in. Then go and look at the, you know, the backbone of those movies. Look at what they're about. Look at what it is, metaphorically, they're trying to project. And see how those films give out messages to the public. And then just start to do your own research that way. It's easy to watch a film, is it not? Have a look. You know, have a look to see what messages are being dished out in these films. Then perhaps look at the singers and stuff. You know, the fucking these musicians that they fucking roll out. Look at the messages that they're giving out to the public. See what type of, you know, see what kind of vibe they're giving the public through that. and see if there's a commonality. See if there's like a common trait with the messages that they are pumping out, and see if you can then start to create some form of spider graph. You know, you've got the global agenda, and look at all of these different things, and do they add to, or, you know, take away from the bringing about of that agenda? You know, do they push it forward or do they slow it down? You've got to start looking at these things, man. And once you start to see that at the base level, once you start doing your own research and you start looking at these things, you can't unsee it. Now, I'm going to apologize, because if you start doing that, then your world is about to change, and a lot of things will possibly be ruined for you with regards to these things. Like, for instance, your favourite film, you might not be able to watch it anymore because you realise that the actor in that film, the star, is on the payroll of Earth Inc., pushing the agenda. I know that Arnold Schwarzenegger's done that for me. I used to love Arnie films when I was a youngster, and the fact that he was all about this screw your freedom stuff during the COVID malarkey fucking ruined it for me. Guy's a dickhead. So yeah, you know, the more you look at these things, the more things you will have to kind of shed away as a human being, but it's necessary. You've got to go through that rebirthing, you know, you've got to go through that shedding of the old skin, because remember that the old skin is the old perception which is keeping you enslaved within the system, which means it's actually extremely beneficial. It's actually extremely freeing to go through that process and to have it happen, even though it might feel slightly painful at the time. You've got to remember that these things are a natural process of evolution and your own personal evolution. All right, and on that note, I'm going to say peace and love, man. Love and peace to all things everywhere. Peace on earth. This is Cragcore signing off. Thank you for being with me today. Subscribe to the channel, like the content if you so wish to do, and you know, it helps the channel out. This is Cragcore signing off. Peace.